Today we had a great discussion about the rumor about Apple will release a TV, a television set. Lars Fosdal comment on my post on Google Plus that he thinks that the sizes 32 inch and 37 inch is too small. He means that at least 42 inch would be ideal, and I agree with that. I would never buy a 32 or 37 inch TV now. I personally think that 42, 48 inch is an ideal size. My next TV will be 48 inch in my bedroom, so a bit small size, but that's a rumor only. I posted that I think this Apple TV will not be available outside of US and maybe UK as usual, because it's always like that. When Apple release or Google release some services that is about media and stuff, it's never been released in the international for all languages and countries. It's too bad. It's like Siri in iPhone 4S. It's still only English and some other language, but not international. For example, Swedish that I speak. It will never have Swedish, probably. It's the same with this rumored TV, probably. All the services that is available on that will not be available in Sweden, for example. But Mike Dent posted here also that he thinks the size is too small. 37 inch will not be enough. And I agree again. Lars Fosdal posted also that he thinks that the new Samsung smart TVs with Wi-Fi and browser and such is almost like an Apple TV, but it isn't, because I have a Samsung smart TV and it's not so user friendly, at least. Apple always make better products with better user experience and more user friendly, always, no question about it. My Samsung smart TV with internet and everything, it works, but it's incredible hard to do everything, and it's not fun at all. So I usually connect my Mac to the TV and go through the Mac instead, because it's much more user friendly and a lot easier. So Samsung Smart TV is not what I think Apple will release if they will release a TV. David Bird comment that he thinks that these Apple TVs will just be a pretty looking TV, normal TV but made from Apple, pretty looking design, and have the same features as that the little black box called Apple TV already have. And the last thing I can agree with, because this little black Apple TV box has a lot of cool features, and why not buy that instead and connect it to a HD TV you already have? I agree with that, but still, there is the same thing that I said before. This little Apple TV doesn't have no support internationally. For example, we don't have any video services and such, Netflix and such. We don't have that here in Sweden, so an Apple TV box is almost useless here in Sweden. It's only good for streaming stuff from your iPhone or iPad and Mac. The only way you can use the Apple TV in Sweden. Not so good. And I think it will be the same with a Apple HD TV, a TV set from Apple. Same thing there. We will not have all the great features that the US and maybe UK have. That's a problem. And then Chris Carrier jumped in and said that it will not be called ITV because that's a TV channel in the UK. And I don't think it will be called ITV either because that is just a rumor and a quite silly name too. So Apple will not call it ITV, I'm sure of that. Lars Fosdal asked me if I used a keyboard or remote device for my Samsung Smart TV, and I answered no because I use my iPad or iPhone as a remote for my Samsung Smart TV. There is a Samsung iOS app to install from the App Store, and then you can use the iPhone or iPad as a remote to your Samsung Smart TV, and it works really great, even if it's Samsung. But that's how I use the remote for my Samsung Smart TV. The app has a built-in touch keyboard and a mouse, so it's very easy to use. I think if Apple release a TV set, it will also use the iPhone or iPad as a remote, probably. Then Ramon Nuez, I hope I pronounce his name right, I don't know. He thinks that the TV from Apple will be too expensive. And I agree that Apple products maybe looks to be more expensive, but I answered him that I don't think so because you pay for a great user experience and a very user-friendly ecosystem and OS. So I gladly pay for that user experience we get from Apple products. So the price will be quite cheap if you count in the user experience you pay for. So maybe the TV will look more expensive than other HD TV from, for example, LG or Samsung or Sony, but you get a lot better product too, a lot more for the money. So David Bird says again that he don't think that it will be called ITV either. So most people says that every Apple product should start with an I. So ITV was probably why the rumor started, but I don't think that it will be called ITV. Lars Fosdal thanked me for the great tip about the Samsung remote app in the App Store. It worked with his 1-year-old Samsung TV too, so he's glad that I tipped him about that. And then Ramon Nuez comment again and said that Apple had a great success with many products, but a TV is a whole different product. So he thinks we will see how Apple will do that, and that Apple has a tough road ahead to jump in the TV market. I answered him that I think that Apple will higher the standards for TV if they release a TV. They always do that with their new products. They always make a much higher standard on the product. And that a TV will from Apple will look a whole lot different from what we have seen until today. And Ramon Nuez agreed with me about that. So Chris Carrier commented and said that he would most certainly not buy the first gen Apple TV set, but the second generation will most likely take the TV to a new level, the TV experience to a new level, and I really agree with that. Maybe not with the first gen comment though, because I think Apple does great first gen products too. Look at the iPad, for example. iPad 1 is still a really great product. I use it a lot. Nothing is wrong with the iPad 1. It's great. So this is a great discussion that still continues. If you have something to say, just jump in on the post. Look for this post. I did it on my Google Plus blog. It would be cool if you jump in and discuss a rumored Apple TV set. Okay, that's it. Thanks.